Alrighty. And I believe we are live, so I'm not quite used to it, but let's just move the camera a little bit right there. Boom. Okay, ready to go. So, not really much progress since I last showed up. I did some optimizations, cleaned up a lot of the store handling code and stuff of that nature. I'm going to be working on trying to finish up some of the last bits here, really. We shall see how that goes. So I'm looking for... Come to think of it, I'm not entirely sure if that is correct. Okay, perfect. Alright, so what you're looking at right here is not important, but this is a palette. I was working on some palettes earlier. You might catch some sneak peeks of things here or there. I was working on a new Garland sprite. Not sure if I'm going to use it. But Garland's one of these bosses I feel like was always very unappreciated. He's supposed to be this really badass swordsman, but I mean, they even tell you, like, oh, he defeated all our best men, you know, and he kidnapped the princess. But then you just go in there and you frickin' roll right over him. So it's kind of disappointing in a lot of ways. And so, although I won't be adjusting him in terms... I may not adjust him at all. But as I have mentioned before, I have some future plans. And so there's the Garland sprite in its depaleted form. And there's the one that I was working on. It's based on the sprite from the MSX version. And also the Wonder Swan, I believe. Anyways, moving on to stuff that matters for a time. Coding. Getting some of this stuff done. Actually, I apologize. Where did my water go? Okay, it was nearby, but I could not see it. All right, a riveting opening section. Cool. So let's actually get on to me doing some work, and maybe you can learn something from it, maybe not. So I was working on allowing you to sell. That was where I was redoing a lot of the code. It's almost there. It's just that when you say, hey, I'd like to sell, it doesn't do anything yet because I haven't put that in yet. So yes is now the most complicated command in shop, since it has a lot of stuff that goes along with it. Okay, so what did we store about this? We said select a person. They pick their where. Problem is we don't know who, unless I stored the target, which I'm not entirely sure that I did. So down here, when you say I want to select this, yeah, that's what I thought. Scene target is set. That is used to determine whose wares are available. So let's see here. It brings up the wares window. The wares window sets the ware you're selected to there. That sends it back down here to the yes. And we are now here. So what I will do is a quick test. Log target name. And switch scene type, case, shop weapons, store. I really need to fix that at some point. It's just one of those terms I always think it's going to be shop, and it is store. That's what the replace all is actually good for in this, is it can help in sections like that, and you can just bulk replace everything. Case store weapons. We will then log party get attribute, there's no real easy way to do that, is there? So when it sets where to item, what is item? Item is equal to where's window cursor. Where's window cursor is equal to yeah, it's just the item, it's not. What I really need is the position, not the item itself. Really, gonna have to do something here. This will be what I'm gonna do. This is gonna change the way some of this stuff has to work, but it might be good. Item. So that's gonna. Skip out on all of this for a second while I fix what I just broke, because it's important to break things. So we set the value there, so that really doesn't care. Okay, so I'm gonna have to test that and make sure that fixes it. Basically what I did is I used to save the specific item, but in this case I'm just gonna save the pointer to that item, because for selling I need to know which space you selected, not necessarily which item, because in order to remove the item from your inventory, it has to be dude. Let's see here. Okay, what was I at? I was under yes. Okay, so I will now log item get attribute scene where's scene where 12 item name. Close that off. Okay, hopefully that will work. Like I said, I broke something else. Hopefully repaired it. The store logic may look complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. Let's see, first off, do what to who now? about we put a break right there so that that's not doing what it just did. Okay, so something slightly wrong. So I said yes. Who will take it? Go. The last one's probably gonna crash. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. For all I can tell, that should work unless I... Unless I did something really dumb. Should work. Let's see if this even works real quick. You suck. Alright, hell's even target then? I don't know, we'll look into it. I'll look into it. Okay, I suspect when I fix this first one, that'll fix the second one. So let's just go on from there. Ooh. Something happened. Oh, wait, hold on. So let's undo a lot of this stuff that I did here. So I think I... Alright, we had that like that. So this is what's crashing right here. For some reason I chose not to use that particular piece right here. Probably one of those things that was written differently when I first did it. Sure. That's what I could just work that way. And he is able to buy. Okay, this has been corrected. Next up is to work on this yes and see what happens. So it's saying, oh, scene target name. That would probably help if I did it that way. And I think this is gonna work. I think this is gonna work. Basically what it does is it saves who it's pointing at and what item it was, and then it just does some calculations, and that's how that works. Dill worked, however, the item did not work because of reason, which I'm sure I'm going to. Okay. Where's where? There we go. Moving along into the ether up above. Okay, window menu page. If it was case 1, scene where is equal to window cursor. Scene where's I see, it doesn't overwrite scene where, so that's not going to do anything. It should still return a 0. Oh, the 12 is what's doing it. It's turning it into a 0. I know what's happening. I'm going to test it anyways just to confirm my hypothesis, but I believe I know it's working. Still not sure why that's crashing like that, especially if... Yeah, okay. Yeah, no. Suspicions confirmed. So what's happening is it's passing 3. This is equal to 3, but when you shift the bits over 12, it will basically strip them all and make it a 0. And since item 0 doesn't exist for various technical reasons, it crashes. So I just need to figure out... I can do it a sort of faster way, I guess. Simpler way. Which is probably what I was going to do anyways, so why not? Scene type, this is going to be case. Boom, slap a damn. Switch scene type. Case. Store weapons. It's going to be items is equal to party get attribute scene target caricature. Break. Probably just gonna change this over to a script at some point, but whatever. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's just do it that way. That is all right. All right. So party get inventory. So var item is equal to party get inventory scene target character imb weapon and scene where. So there we go. Now we need a script to do that with. Scripts. There are a lot of party scripts at this point. So what is that code? Party get inventory. Yeah, a lot of stuff's I'm gonna have to clean up a lot of this one day, but for now. Let's see here. Just fixing the stream for somebody, or trying to. Well, Jinko, that one I can't help, I guess. Let me see here. Have to be on my phone to work. Trouble connecting to the stream with my PC. It appears to be working on my end. I do always obviously keep my stream going in the background. Everything looks healthy right now. I apologize if you're having troubles. Oh. Yeah, it says it's good. I can't say I'm sure what that issue is. Let me know. I could recommend reducing the stream quality, and that could help, but that's about it. Int party get inventory target inventory and item. Let's see here. I have no idea if that would actually be the case, but yeah, you can always try it. Let me see here. Int party get inventory target inventory item. So spell target var target is equal to argument 0. If target is less than 100,000, then target is equal to party ID 0. If target is not equal to undefined, then do stuff. Let's see here. Target. Let me see here. If target is 100,000, target is not equal to undefined, otherwise return 0. Actually, just now it might sound kind of funny, but a lot of times I return values that won't be accepted on the other side and that will cause the program to crash. As I've posted before, I don't really like workarounds. Ooh, that'll do it. Return this value. Sorry for anybody on the stream who can't see me typing in chat. I'm attempting to help somebody out. Anyways, return a value that won't be accepted on the other side, and what that does is it'll cause it to crash. And I always consider that to be a good thing, because that means you can recognize these edge cases. But if I don't do that, then it'll, you know, it might work or it might partially work, and then it'll be a very confusing thing to troubleshoot. So a lot of times what I will return is a value that will cause a crash if you were to call it improperly. Like return undefined, it's not supposed to return that. Okay, let's do this. Let's type. Let's code to the max. I kind of wish that I had the chat up on that screen so that you could see it, but I don't. Maybe in the future I'll consider doing that. If target is less than 100,000, okay, so what I need to do is I'm going to use that. So var inventory, the party get attribute argument 1. Target argument 1. So we have to pass the inventory that it wants to receive. Our inventory is equal to party get attribute target argument 1. What are you thinking the issue is here? That's correct. That's correct. Oh, this is not correct. Let's try that, and then I bet it works. Okay, we got our inventory. Now we will return inventory argument 2. I don't know why I typed those like that. I guess I've done a bunch of optional command line arguments here recently. Okay, argument 0, argument 1, argument 2. So that's going to return that inventory item for us, which means when we get back to this right here, right, party get inventory, target inventory, and which one? That's going to give us the item that we have. Our value is equal to item get attribute item push over 12. Because of the way items are stored, I have to clear the first 12 bits, and then item value, it's probably price. I really need to do some consistency checks on this, some consistency work on things at some point. Item equals blah, value equals blah. So now we have the value and we have the item. We know where it's located at. This is going to be kind of a weird one. I might have to move this over, but this is going to be party set inventory. Div scene sell price. I mean, we just said yes, so we wanted to sell it. So now let's make sure everything works properly by doing this. You know what? I'm just going to code it. I'm going to assume it's going to work. I'm just going to type the whole thing, and that's what I'm going to do. All right. Party get inventory. Blah, blah, blah. We got a value. So party gold plus equals to a value. And we need party set inventory scene target character. It's not, but okay. Have to change some other stuff. We'll get all that done here in a second. You know what I'm gonna do? Doing party add gold. It's one of those times where, like I said, I don't like direct access because it makes it harder to change things later on. And description null party add gold. You know what? I'm going to return this as an int. And amount param amount party gold or party golds plus equal to argument 0 return party gold. So it'll allow you to get that value back if you want it. That's always good. Alright, so party add gold value, that's done. Party set inventory, item and value. So this is going to require a little bit more tact. Okay, I don't think I have any way of doing this that's any simpler than this. So switch argument 1 case character in weapon. I just don't think there's an easier way to do this. Case character in armor. Break. Close that off. I always like to set that stuff all up ahead of time. That way, it's a method by which to reduce the grievous amount of mistakes that I'm guaranteed to make. Let's see here. So it will be target I don't like doing this, but I have to. Sometime, at some point it has to be done. So armor inventory, there we go. Default is break. Do not return anything because it doesn't return to the null. Alright, target party ID is undefined. Switch based on the inventory. If it's the inventory, set that inventory to item to the value. That is what I want it to do. Copy and paste that. Okay, party set inventory, scene target, character, weapon inventory is 0. Party add gold. That. Scene window speech. Text is equal to thank you. What else? And scene window speech blank is equal to 1 second div 6. There we go. Alright, that is correct. Oh, we already did. We already did that. It will recache. Page is not equal to 4. It's going to be akin to this. We're going to say page 0. I believe that's going to fix it, or do it, or whatever. We'll see. We will see. Page is equal to 0. Yep. And away we go. Testing, testing. Testing, 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 testing. Okay. Oop. did it go, and why did it not load? And why did this happen? Party get... Oh, come on! Dang it! Why do I always do that? Ugh. I have done this on several occasions. Invert my scripts because I am a gosh darn genius, it would seem. Okay. Let us do it. You to business. Okay, the selling worked. I have 2 gold. Yeah, I need to put in a protection against that. It's under the wares menu. Close this, it's not being used. Under the wares menu, Step event. I would like to know what item is then. Log, because as far as I can tell, it already has protection against that. Alright, it's a 0. So it's saying line 25 is crashing. I see why. I don't know why I did that. That's called... Oops. Yeah, so I was right. There already is protection in there against it. It's just that I had some errant code outside of its scope, and wouldn't you know, it caused a crash. Who could have seen that coming? Everyone? Okay. There we go. So what I also would like to do is I'm gonna do something that it doesn't do for anything else. Have it roll up the wares window so that you don't see what that is. Otherwise I have to recache it, and I'm not gonna do it. Alright, so under yes, we did this. We said, okay, I need to set the roll-up for scene, window, wares, travel to -1. There's a lot of stuff that's handled in a very automated way in this engine, and I strongly recommend using these sorts of things. Like, for example, to have the window open and close, you simply have to set the variable to the speed at which you want it to go. Generally speaking, it's 0 or 1, but everything else happens behind the scenes, and that works out well. Alright, so sell it, that goes away. He says thank you, what else? Now we can buy stuff. Now this was an original trait of the game. That when you would go to buy and then you'd say no, it would leave the menu there for some reason, so that's just me emulating it. But there we go. That's everything. Shops are feature complete. Barring any bugs, of course, which I'm sure there are plenty. There shouldn't be, but I'm good at sneaking them in. I know how to do it. The other thing I need to do is have it recalc your stats. Stat calc, or calc stats. That way, if you sold a weapon or armor that you were wearing, that your values get updated. Because otherwise, you could be like, quit my sword, sell it, and then my values, as long as you didn't change anything. That would be a bug. So, scene target. Let me make sure that calc stats works the way it's supposed to. Indeed, it does. Let's give that a test. Make sure that's working correctly. No reason to expect it won't, but you know. So, if we look at my status, let's see here, 15, 21, 53. I don't know why I did that, because those stats aren't reflected on that screen. Yeah, they are. Sell my cloth armor, boom. Now we look at my stats, and hit percentage. I feel like that is not what was supposed to happen. Yeah, it was not supposed to happen. Ooh, that was not supposed to happen. Okay. It definitely sold from the wrong inventory. Oh. That's not good. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Item value in. Alright. I has the dumb sometimes. Let's see here. Switch. I have liked many Final Fantasies throughout the year. My all-time favorite is the original, but it's a close battle between that and Final Fantasy VI. Well, I have played Final Fantasy 15, and I do think it's very good for what it is. A lot of the modern ones I don't like as much, because I feel like they get caught up way too much in telling a very specific story, and because of that, a lot of control is wrenched away from the player, and it's not that it's bad by any means, it's just that I feel like you have to be in that right frame of mind. And it's funny because if you put the game down and you kind of fall out of the story, then you kind of don't want to pick it back up again because you don't remember what the hell's happening. And it's like, in a game that's like 40 hours long, that's kind of a problem, you know. It's like, I like the original Final Fantasy because it does have a plot, but if you stop playing it and you came back to it, you could be like, hey, where am I at? I'm trying to defeat the Fiend of Fire, and then you would go about doing that. It's not that I think it's perfect or it's necessarily better, it's just that I think I do prefer that a lot at this point, but I think that's because I've played so many video games at this point. I mean, you can't see it on camera, but I have a considerable collection over here, and behind me you might be able to see my system collection. I play a lot of these things, and it's like, you know, after 20 years or so, you kind of come to appreciate a little bit of brevity and directness, I guess. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I really did. It's a neat game. It's very pretty. The soundtrack's awesome. The story was cool as far as I could tell. I didn't necessarily click for the gameplay so much, but I did think it was pretty well done. I preferred Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced was a great one. Obviously, the original Final Fantasy. Bravery Default on the 3DS. That is a really good game. Very underappreciated. It's kind of the Final Fantasy a lot of people like myself have been waiting years for. Alright, let's finish this switch statement here. Scene. Type. You got me distracted. Alright. Case. Store. Alright, store weapons. Let's get this done. It's very close. Inventory is going to be equal to character in weapon. Break. Case store armor. Inventory is equal to character in armor. break. Alright, so now we just swap this out for imb. Swap this out for imb. Alright, let's try that again. There's no reason to expect it's not working, but hey! There's always room for me to screw up here. It's a very, very important part of my day. Alright, so his armor. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. We'll go ahead and sell his weapon just to prove it's also working here. And there you have it. He is now back to default stats. Time to code in the trade ability into the menu. Hey, I'll give you a little sneak preview if you want to see it. So I've been working on a CRT mode. And basically all it does is it just gives an old CRT sort of aesthetic to it. You're at 1440p, so you might not be able to see this at all, but but yeah, it still needs a lot of work. It only works at this resolution, so that's kind of important. But yeah, I'm really liking the way that that's looking in it. Ooh, if that's not nostalgic, I don't know what is. For somebody like me who spent many years playing video games on a little 9-inch barely colored TV, that shit, I might even go in and put in the ability for it to wash out the colors. It's called being a masochist. Alright, cool. Shops are done. That's well, let me check my list. Yes, they are. I would love to take credit for it, but the two shaders that are being demonstrated very proficiently in this were both from the Game Maker Marketplace. I mean, I think a lot of pre-made assets don't really work so well because they're a lot of times too specific to be of any use. But yeah, these were two really good assets, and yeah, I've been just enjoying having them. Hopefully other people will too, because I think it's definitely worth it. Let's find my to-do list real quick. Shops, the clinic and the inn need to be added, so... yeah, okay. I'm gonna do something else on that. So... I understand how they work, and I get the general principle, and if I really sat down and did it, yes, I could write these shaders myself. Both of them are not incredibly complicated at all, but I don't like doing it, and so no. No. If you really think about it, a shader is kind of it's like a very small application that runs on the GPU, and the GPU can run thousands of these applications. So, yeah, they're a bit difficult, I guess, if you're trying to do some really complex effects. They generally require a lot of math if you're trying to do something really impressive, which I tend to suck at. But I'll show you the shader code that I'm using, and it's a really simple shader. Shaders. So the palette swapper, this is just a pass-through shader. It's the default shader, and this is the code that runs that. All it's doing is it's taking the color that it received and it's finding which one is on the palette, and then it swaps it out. I mean, it's a really small, fast operation. And now the CRT shader, okay, fine, a little bit more complicated. This one I couldn't have written myself, or at least not in any period of time I'd want to spend. But the palette shader, I could have done that. There's a very elongated answer to your question. You're welcome. Alright, shops are done. So now it's on to the inventory. Again, back to the inventory. To the equip menu. And to the toolbar. Inventory. Do not need the name, because that's not going to be used. So... So right now I'm debating whether or not... Something I did off camera was I rewrote the window processing code, and I consolidated it into a parent object which handles some common tasks to sort of, do whatever. And I'm deciding whether or not I want to move these over to it. The answer is I'm going to, but it's one of those things where you're like, ugh, I don't want to. Event. Create step. If hide or open 0 is equal to 0, then exit. If blink. This is just hooking some of the old code into some of the features that are provided by the new stuff. This one's going to be a little more complicated. I do have to do this though. If cache is equal to false, menu call is equal to 3, menu row is equal to 1. There's that. Cache true, hide false, size 0. The size being used for size is not needed anymore. Active is equal to false, so that's good. Selected mode will be used, so that's good. If window active for position is equal to window get cursor, or is it window cursor? It's just window cursor. Window cursor. Do window set cursor. Nope, that's not right. Why is that not right? Window set cursor. Is that not? Oh, cursor set. Yeah. So it turned out I wanted to use that, but could not. Window cursor set is what I ended up having to use for reasons that I won't get into. All right, window cursor set is going to be that. I don't even know what I'm doing there. What is that? It's false. I know what I'm trying to accomplish there. I just realized I'm an idiot. This is all handled in the way this is handled. So 7. That doesn't belong there. That belongs in here. Position times 7. So it's going to be 2 plus position times 7. That's going to set the cursor position. All right. None of this gets used anymore. This doesn't get used. Scene weight. Am I actually using that? It's hard to tell. It really is. Okay. Ugh, this is ugly. Let me see here. If not window active or scene, I'm gonna open up another window just to see how I did this, to make sure I'm keeping internal consistency. If active is equal to 2, that's important. If active is equal to 2, active is equal to 1, exit. This is a very simple trick. Basically, the window's either active or they're not. If they're active, then generally speaking, they take control of the cursor. If they're not active, it ignores their inputs. However, if I were to press a button and then the next window were to be executed on the same frame after I set its activeness, it would also run that event. So the way I get around that is you set active to 2, and then that checks if active is equal to 2, sets it to 1, and it exits the next step, then it will activate. It does mean that for one frame, potentially, the window might be unresponsive, but considering 1/48 of a second is a very small period of time, not too worried about it. So, next up is going to be event inherited. It's going to be here. This is no longer needed. This is no longer needed. This is no longer needed. Why am I... That's toolbar. Yeah. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, I see what I did. Wow. This... Really? I remember this code. Okay, this is some creative code right here. Yeah, I'm gonna throw all this away. That's not good at all. I'm not interested in any of this. So... wow. Okay. I'm just gonna throw it all away. This is all gonna have to be redone. So what we will do instead is mode is equal to 0. I'm not going to use selected because that won't matter. I know why I did it that way now that I think about it. Where is... See menu. This is all very complicated stuff. All right. Pretty ID. Equip inventory. So what I'm going to do. I'm gonna get rid of all of this because I have no idea what's happening. I think I see what I'm doing here, but I see. Okay, nope. So I did do that. Okay. For some reason, I use the term select. I'm gonna change it. I'm just gonna change it to target. That's gonna break stuff. I'm totally cool with that. Boom. It's target now. But that means. A lot of this stuff is already done. Equip. I'm just adding data at this point just to handle some stuff that does a thing. So, targets is equal to window equip 2. It's a very unelegant way of doing this, but it's fine. Window equip. Actually, you're right. This is a very inelegant way of doing it. Let's do it this way. I like coding things in a slightly more foolproof manner, so let's do it. Let's do this. Yeah, no, this is gonna work out. This is gonna work. I'm gonna do it this way just because. Okay. Targets I is equal to window equip 2 plus I times 2. Cool, that's gonna make a array that'll have all this information in it, that'll allow me to create pointers. Okay. So commands, or is it list? I feel like it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Okay. So what we're going to do is if mode is equal to 0, don't need to do that at all. I'm not sure why I'm doing that. If button A, event inherit, is equal to key pressed, do some stuff. Else if button B is equal to key pressed, do some other stuff. Event inherited at the bottom there. And okay, button A is equal to key pressed. Let's just test it. If button B, I do need if button B. I'm gonna have to plagiarize that real quick. No reason to not plagiarize this code since it already works. Tab it out there. Okay. Window cursor reset. It's fine. Sound is equal to sound cursor select. Active is equal to false. See page changes. Alright. That should work. You know what that means. Not gonna work at all. King of being. How are you talking about? Window menu equip inventory step. Who knows? Who knows? What line are you talking about? Line 9. All right. There we go. Cursor's not working, so that's always a good sign. I did cache that, did I not? I believe I did. Menu calls equal to 3, menu row is equal to 1. Cursor set position is equal to 2. Additionally, keys is equal to 3. This is gonna mask out the keys that don't work, and we'll leave wrap on as acceptable. Right, that did not pay attention to what I just told it, did it? I said 2, and yet it did not. I don't know if that's the problem. It's just setting it to 0, and that doesn't make no sense because I didn't write 0. I wrote 2. I'm guessing it's because the window's not active. It's a very high chance that's the issue. To fix that, I would have to go into base commands and nope, sorry, I would have to go into object scene menu, begin step, weapon and armor. It says that it is active. Sets its mode to 0. So what else would be preventing this? not active. Excellent. It's clearly... Huh, I'm an idiot, aren't I? Or something. That's the equip inventory. Stop looking at that. Length is equal to 0. Draw that. True. I'm not sure. Very confused right now. Yeah, it claims it's setting it, but if it's setting it, why is it setting it to 0? I mean, it very well could be working. Something's pushing it to the wrong spot, though. That's not it. That's not it. This can't do that anymore, even though it used to. Create obviously doesn't do that. Why the hell? Cursor X. Really, that's not going to help me. It's very confusing. I make that 5. I mean, it's not going to do anything except continue to confuse me, but what the heck is going on? This is why I didn't want to hook this new code up. I'm going to do it though. It's got to be done. I mean, it's just setting the cursor to the wrong position. Something has control over the cursor, and it's setting it to the wrong position. That is what is happening. I mean, it is obvious. There's no doubt about that. So... could be doing that. The way the scene menu works is a nightmare. I don't like it. Gonna change some of it one day. But this is why. It's like... I cannot see. So what I'm going to do is log... This is what I'm going to do. Log cursor... X, scene, cursor Y, there we go. By the time it gets to the draw event, let's see if the cursor position has changed, I guess. I don't know, this is just one of those things I do to try to figure out what the heck. Because if it matches, then... Is it... 72.8. 72.8. Something is not right. Oh, do. That's 0. What the fudge is happening right now? Is it not seen? Oh! 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 I might have an idea of what's going on here. No, I have no idea what's going on now. Do not know. I thought I did. I thought maybe this wouldn't, but even that doesn't make sense. So who flippin' ray. I am so confused. Let's see here. So, I do that. Let's just say I make this 100. Something is not working properly. $72.8. It doesn't seem to matter what I pass. It's setting the same position regardless. Like, those aren't the values I'm passing. Why is it doing that? Oh, gosh darn it. Okay. Okay. I'm an idiot. I wasn't passing the size or the tile size, and since I passed 0 as the tile size, everything was times 0, which equals 0 for anybody who knows their math. Hooray. There we go. Oh my god, that was dumb. That was a truly, truly dumb moment. Ugh. So stupid. Let us continue. I know. V and Piggy, boom. There we go. Okay. Did this accept offsets? I don't think it did. Okay. Step. Did this accept offsets? I don't think it does. It does not. Okay, so... Oh, I forgot to test the back button because I got so wrapped up in hate. Now, I actually remember why I did it this way. Now I'm remembering quite why I did it this way. Oh. Paradigm. Shift the paradigm. So that's a moment where I'm just thinking. This assists me in thinking. Don't judge me. Because it's a multi-menu, something, 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 dark side, something, 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 complete. Alright, I'm gonna have it do this. Switch window cursor, case 0, break, case 1, break, case 2, break, and do a sound here. It's gonna have to be a little creative. This scene does demand a little something something. I need to know who it's currently pointing at. That's not right. Why did I choose to do this? I I've made a terrible, terrible error. Okay. Can do this. Come on. We already know what the 4 things are, so what I am going to do is silently track which one the character is currently pointing at. So I'm going to make a new command. Save is equal to undefined, and target. I already have. Nope, I don't have target. Cool. Undefined. There we go. Additionally, what I do need to do is make all of them aware of their parent. I do that by target's fine. That's correct. That's correct. Needs to be equal to, this is menu is equal to window equip 1. Alright, this is ooh, okay, fine. Alright, here we go, cache true, do a thing, do another thing. This is all good. So, let's continue this process, this nightmarish process. Okay, window swap. Target is going to be... this one's actually pretty easy. Targets. Targets 0. Travel is 1. Blank is 0. Self travel is 1. Self blank is 0. Boom. There's that. That resets cursor position and everything nice. Now. Ooh, this is gonna. Let's continue the process here. Parent window menu. I don't know what that's doing, but that's fine. So they didn't need to know their parent after all. I can get rid of this line. Oh, this is... oh, this is nightmarish. Nightmarish, I say. Ugh. I need to do something else. This is not the way I want to do this. This is... Okay, that's the answer. I have to do it the same way, but different. So this is going to be menu call, or mode was whether or not Oh, I don't want to work on this right now. I just don't want to do it. It's such a hassle. Oh, come on. All right, come on. Let's do this. Let's just get it done. Let's just get it done. Muscle through. Some of coding is just doing the shit that you don't want to do. Okay, window cursor reset is true. Blank is equal to 1 second 8. I don't even need to do that. What I do need to do is remove this program. I guess it's going to be action, that's fine. So action is that. If action is equal to 0, then reset the cursor position. Action is equal to 1. There we go. Boom. I don't know that that'll always be the case. Action is equal to 1. Here we go. Window cursor reset. So if action is equal to 0, then do this. This is fine. Let me see here. Else action is equal to 0. There we go. Okay. Begin step. If action is equal to 0, then do this. Else. Okay. Now we need this wacky bit of stuff right here. Alright, so var call is equal to position var call is equal to position there we go. Cursor X is going to be equal to 4, 5, 6. Window set. Window cursor. Set 6. 2, I believe. 2. So figure it out. Okay, the X is a simple one, so it's I think I know why I did that, but anyways, position 8, 0, or 10. It's a hell of a way of looking at it. So we'll just do 1 then, I guess. And all right, I do believe it is. 6, I believe, is correct. That's what I counted. Plus 2 times row plus row div 2 times 2 size false. Okay, got a couple other minor changes to make here. So it becomes menu row equal to 1, menu calls equal to 3. When we have a menu calls equal to 2, menu rows equal to 8. Okay, let us test this out. Woo. Code itself. Is that under step 0, line 3? So once again, this is a point where this is flat out wrong. It's not under that. Oh, it's one of those ones where I'm like, I think you might be full of poo-poo. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna do this. This doesn't need to work this way anymore, so set it back to the menu window and watch that bug disappear. You have to set them up correctly. Oh, who would have thought? That dumb. Action is equal to 0. Begin step if action is equal to 0. Step if button A is pressed. I am sure, I am unsure. I think I know why that's happening, but nonetheless, irregardless. That dumb. All 3, press that. Oh, I have to, yeah. I got a couple other things to do. Keys is equal to F. That unlocks all the keys. Keys is equal to 3. That is going to lock the keys. Doesn't matter how big the menu is if you lock the keys. Weapon. Gotta fix that. It's very annoying. There we go. Back. Not quite back up and where. Let's see here. 0 minus 1. I think I need to do minus 1 for the set position. So there's that. Don't know why I'm doing that. It's under object scene menu, under begin step. If it is weapon, then active is equal to 2 and 2. That should fix that bug, glitch, whatever you'd like to call it. Not really a glitch, I guess it is working as intended, so to speak. And now it is. Oh, what up? What up? Why? Why you be doing this to me, huh? Why? That son of a gun is a 2. If it's a 2, you ain't supposed to be doing nothing, homie. I believe this is the bug. And if it is, ooh, it's full of dung. Yeah. Key press, that's what it says. Yep, that's what I thought, but the reason why it's doing that is supposed to be impossible. I'm guessing I know what is causing this. In fact, I think I know what is causing this. No. Nope. Nope. Ugh. That only raises more questions. If I've done something incorrect... Active is equal to 2, active is equal to 1, exit. That is how I solve that problem everywhere else. Why is it not solving it here? That is utterly flabbergasting. I am so not sure why that is happening. Because it's saying it's running it. Just keep pressed. That's correct. Why? Oh, this is one of those bugs. Oh my goodness, not one of these. Not one of these completely nonsensical, completely ununderstandable, ridiculous bugs that make absolutely no sense. That's confusing all in of itself. Basically, it's saying that it's active. Oh, wow. Okay. That's the bug right there. That's it. That's the bug. Okay. It was checking the variable, not the outcome. Oh, wouldn't you know it, it works. Alright. There we go. Okay. All that code is now working. Else. Switch. It's not gonna be mode. It's going to be action, I guess. Action. No, we already have action. Yes, you are correct. Switch action. Switch. Action is equal to just keep it going. Keep it going. Action is equal to window cursor plus 1, so that would be 1, 2, and 3. Case 1, break. Case 2, break. Case 3, break. So this is going to be equip. It's going to be trade. It's going to be drop. Now let's go plagiarize some more code. Alright, so let's see here. Let's do it this way. Those moments. Okay, equal to targets. Four times 4, 16. So we just divide it by 4 to figure out who it was. Targets window cursor div 4. Is that correct? Plus 1? Do we need a plus 1 on that? No. Yes. No. Nope. Alright, we now know which window it is. Target. Now we know who the hell it was that they were targeting. Maybe party ID. There we go. Okay. Var index is going to give us our position. I believe everything is drawn 1, 2, 3, 4s, but let's make sure. Looks like it. Okay, so we have our index and our target. Last but not least, their inventory. Boom, it's right there. do it that way. That'll say whether or not we're getting inventories or weapons. For some reason, mode 0 is armor, I guess. That seems odd. Weapon is mode 0, armor is mode 1, so... Weapon, armor. Armor, there we go, that's done. Moving on. If party get inventory... What the hell are you? You don't even exist, so why are you showing up? Party get inventory, target, index. Index is equal to 0, then sound is equal to SFX sound error 01, else get rid of that. I don't know what select is. Oh, I know how I did this. Alright, var equipped is equal to mode, party get weapon, target, item is, where is weapon? Otherwise, party get armor, target, Alright, party get inventory, that, if items equal to jack all, this part is actually a little bit complicated. I'll explain it in just a moment. Target item and item is armor or equipped, which I also need to do here. I believe it always returns true by default, which is why I don't need that. Okay, that does exactly what that does. Is equal to party get attribute. Probably gonna get rid of that. Put that down there because that's not really useful. Bar usable is equal to item get attribute item usable. These two I'll probably get rid of. Alright. If actually see what I did there. False. False. Okay, so if equipped is greater than 0 or party get attribute class and party or item get item usable is equal to 0, then sound equal to sfx sound error 01, else boom. Get rid of those. Now we're into the final stretch here, which is to get rid of all of this. So it's going to be to item had a clever little thing here. Where the hell is it? If not equipped and equipped is equal to 0. Alright, so if item and item equipped is equal to 0 and equipped. So it's saying if this item is not equipped and you do not have and you have more than one item of this type equipped, beep. Okay, otherwise, let's get into this, which is going to be item is equal, or is inverting equipped, and then party set inventory, the item I just wrote, target inventory index item. Get rid of that line by doing that. And last but not least, calc stats target. All right, good. That should be everything. Much cleaner bit of code at this point, so that's good. That's because, come on, brain. This is I know why that is. It's has to be pushed over 12. That's how the data is stored. Awesome, right? Okay, so the way that this works, I said I would explain this real quick. So what it's doing is it's going to check the player inventory based on a set of criteria. In this case, it's item is weaponed or item is equipped. So this is all bit masking right here. Essentially, item is weapon is equal to, let's just say 1, right? And item equipped is going to be equal to 8, which I already know off the top of my head. So if a weapon in your inventory is equipped, when we check its first 4 bits, it would be equal to 9. So basically, what Party Get Weapon is doing is it's going to check that player's inventory for any item that matches that criteria. In this case, we're looking for weapons that are equipped. The reason for doing that is because then we're going to return the number that it found. So in this case, we look down here, we say if item equipped, or we're going to check the current item and see if it's equipped. If it is, then it will be 8, not 0. So if item is equipped is equal to 0. If item is equipped and equipped is equal to 0, or you can't use it. No. Let's try this again. I gotta rethink this logic real quick. Okay. If the item you have is not equipped... Oh, yes. Okay, that's correct. So what this is doing is it's checking and it's saying, hey, the item I'm trying to equip, if it is not equipped, and I already have a weapon equipped, or armor of that type, cut it. Say, no, you can't do that. The reason for that is because if I have selected a weapon that I have equipped, it's going to skip that check because it's going to go, okay, you have this item equipped, and it's going to assume that you're unequipping it. And so it's going to skip that check. Hopefully that explanation is useful to somebody. Let's finish this up so I can cut this stream off. Where is it logging true? It's logging true right there, so that's not useful. This is where it's not showing up correctly. I know what it's not doing. Haha, okay. It needs to recache that particular... Yeah, it's working, it's just you don't see it updated because it's not recaching that window, which means it's essentially going to update the data that it's showing. Gotta go back here and see. Yeah, we'll just use this original piece of code then and call that good. Scene window equip 3 plus index times 2. Cache is equal to true. Let's test it. This should work. This will be kind of fun, I guess, because you're going to see kind of the optimizations that came out of swapping over to that new code, despite the pain that it was, the true unmitigated pain. There we go. We can prove it's working by going to status. Absorb is currently 0. Okay, that was weird. Status is going to be absorb 1. Alright. This is probably going to be my last live stream for a while, so if you enjoyed watching them, I'm sorry to say that I won't be able to do another one for a little while, but hey, thanks for watching in the meantime, and, you know, go out there and code something yourself.